Thank you, Honorable Chair. Madam Speaker, Honorable Chair, President of the Republic, His Excellency Matamela Ramaphosa, Deputy President David Mabuza, colleagues in the executive and members of parliament, members of our provinces, members of the media, the people of South Africa. I guess the biggest challenge we are going to be confronted with, like one would have tried to say it last year, the difference again between facts and ideas. Where we are sitting, DA believes that ANC is obsessed with government control, where everything is done by government. It's only when you ignore facts to be able to think along that path. Already as we work now, for the first time, ESCOM, electricity supply in South Africa, the intervention program diversifies the various sources of energy. The fact that we have lifted the ceiling for private sector to generate capacity, that cannot be an obsession with the control of government. As we speak now, we are ensuring that there is a move to secure energy on emergency basis. Where we are sitting, as we speak now, there is, under the leadership of this president, acceleration of procurement of energy from renewables, from battery storage, using the battery storage, at the same time accessing gas. This is a diversified access to energy. Now, two, again to deal with facts. For anyone to believe what DA says, you must have not been able to see the intervention of the Vulindlela program that deals with economic reforms. And the intention of that program, already on the move, is to ensure that there's water availability. And also the president said here, we have reduced number of years for water license from multiple years to 90 days, so that private sector that applies for water license is able to access that license. Again, for you to say this government is obsessed with control of government, you must actually ignore those facts. Our program is clear with regard to interventions to unlock and deal with regulatory cost in as far as SMMEs are concerned. SMMEs, in the manner they are not ANC. It's a small, medium enterprise. These are small, medium enterprise. This is private sector. Those structures, Honorable Stacey, are not ANC. So that intervention, led by Sipho Nkosi, working together with the Department of Small Business, is unlocking the path for small business to participate. That cannot be viewed as ANC unless you are obsessed with the denial of facts. Again, an ANC government is a transformative government. If you want to say where DA leads, you've consciously said nothing about the state of Tshwane. You've consciously said nothing about the state of Johannesburg. You've consciously said nothing about the fact that one of your mayors have dropped the ball in the street because of no less than 100 billion unauthorized expenditure. That is a DA mayor. Again, when you say DA does well, it's because you're obsessed in a very blindfolded way with this metro which has passed the test of racial exclusion. All black townships here in this metro, services are in a dire state. You go to Khayelitsha, you go to Philippi, you go to Guguletu. I have been in those townships, Honorable Stacey. The police stations are in a dire state. Everything, right? The point that I'm making to you is that Western Cape is a test of resilience of racial exclusion. You have not run, when you go to Joburg and you do juxtaposition, you do a contrast. When Joburg was run by the African National Congress, look at the financial ratios. You will never pass the test of financial management as the time Pakstow was running Joburg. You can go to Tshwane when Tshwane was run by Sputla Ramkhupa. You look at the financial ratios, you look at the focus, you look at the transformative program. There can be no comparison. You know what? It's because you deny facts, right? Fortunately, in 2024, our people are very clear about facts. They know that DA's future is based on a racially exclusive South Africa. However, having said that, now they know that in dealing with ESCOM, as we sit here, there's a focus on six power stations. Resources and people are being deployed to make sure that those power stations, which have been found to be the main contributors to the load shedding, are attended to. As we speak now, there's a clear plan to reduce the debt burden on ESCOM, to make sure that ESCOM is able to release resources to improve on maintenance and ensure that transmission lines, those are facts. So, I think your fear, Mr. Honorable Stacey, if you look at the facts previously, look at the facts, where there's a survey about respect and trust of leaders, you don't feature in the same space with our president. Those are facts. They are not done by me. It's not my research. It's not my research. And this year's State of the Nation address by the president is historic in many ways. It signals many rays of possibilities and an imminent end to a rather devastating period, which was ushered in by COVID-19 catastrophic floods, serious case of corruption and maladministration that were laid bare at the State Capture Commission and an energy crisis. Indeed, as the president indicated, we have seen the resilience of South Africans and are constantly inspired by our belief that tomorrow will be better. As a result, we are witnessing the resurgence of the economy with our growth figures of third quarter 2022. Economy grew 2 quarters last year. Economy grew no less than 2 times from the labor survey. Net jobs, no less than 648,000. First labor survey, no less than 200,000. Those are facts. The declaration of the national state of disaster will assist in speedy resolution of energy supply, whilst minimizing its impact and contributing immensely in the rebuilding process. What are we doing here? As we deal with the causes of shortage of power and load shedding, at the same time, disaster seeks to intervene to make sure that we are at a pace and actually are able to prevail over the damage that load shedding is causing, at the same time deal with the impact. That's what the state of disaster is about. The sixth administration is in its penultimate year. In 2024, we'll go back to South Africans to seek a renewed mandate based on facts, and we are confident we will receive it because we are a government that is committed to improving the lives of each and every South African. That is based on facts, because we are a government that leaves no one behind. No one behind. We leave no Philippi behind. We leave no Guguletu behind. We leave no Black Township behind. We have placed public accountability at the center of building an ethical and a capable developmental state as set out in the NDP Vision 2030. To advance accountability, the President has appointed various commissions to deal with corruption. That is the river you cannot cross with us. The river that this President is leading us to cross is the river where fraudsters will not be allowed on the other side of the river. To restore public trust and to restore the credibility of the key institutions. Arrests have been demonstrated. Kingpins have appeared before court. As we speak now, multi-party discipline in ESCOM has arrested no less than 43 people. The Commission of Inquiry into Tax Administration and Governance at South African Revenue Service resulted in an overhaul of SARS and it being turned into one of the most efficient and well-performing public entities in this country. I know, Honorable Stazen, you cannot speak about the state of SARS, because to speak about the state of SARS, you must commend this government. The only way you can live, you can make sense, you must ignore those facts. Last year, SARS broke revenue collection records, collecting over 1.2 trillion in revenues after rescue under the leadership of this President. The Commission of Inquiry into Public Investment Corporation highlighted widespread abuses and governance failures at the PIC, and ongoing reforms are rebuilding in the institution. The National Prosecution Authority's investigating directorate has already begun preparing for trial cases emanating from the Commission of Inquiry into state capture, and last year several arrests were made. The IT has enrolled 32 matters involving 187 accused persons. 6 new matters involving 22 accused have been enrolled since the President tabled his response to the State Capture Commission in October. The Presidency continues to work closely with the Special Investigation Unit to improve the monitoring and coordination of referrals arising from the SIU investigation. These SIU interventions are bearing fruit, with some of the looted money being returned by multinationals and others. SIU investigations to COVID-19 procurement proclamation R2012-2020 has to date resulted in 456 referrals to accounting officers for disciplinary actions. 63 officials have been found guilty. 476 referrals have been made to appear before the NPA for possible criminal investigation. Indeed, we will cross the river based on facts under the leadership of the ANC.
Thank you very much.